Good evening and welcome to my live stream. Fight CPS and stop taking our children. It's a warm welcome from wherever you are in this world. This is a worldwide live stream, and I am here to help you as I've done so in the past. I've been doing this live stream twice a day, 7 days a week. That's 14 live streams a week, month after month, year after year. 24 months is marks my 25th month of doing this live stream. I've not missed. I've always done two shows every day. And I'm here as a loving father and a husband. I have 43 years of marriage experience. I have 61 years of working. I'm not an attorney. This is for educational purposes only. If you want to get legal advice, you need to speak to my attorney, Vincent W. Davis. He can be reached at the office at 888-888-6582. There are many packages he has. For instance, for $10, he'll do a text reply from attorney Vincent Davis. You ask him questions. For $10, he'll answer you back. For $15 is a private call from Vincent Davis. You schedule a time, he'll call you back. And for $25, you can be on guest on one of his live streams for 30 minutes with Vincent Davis. All you do is you send it to your Cash App through your Apple Pay or Zella. The phone number is 310-308-7758. And once you've made your payments, then you can go ahead and meet with him. Now, he is a juvenile law, family law dependency attorney. He's trained and educated and licensed. And he can practice it anywhere in the country. Right now, he's home based in Arcadia, California, which is Los Angeles County. He's been fighting CPS and getting children back for 39 years. He's gotten back thousands of children. He's a trial attorney. He's also a civil rights attorney, and he's done lawsuits against CPS. He's not afraid to sue them. He's sued them both in state court and federal court and won millions of dollars against them. He once was foster care himself for his childhood, so he knows all about foster care. So he's the real deal, and you need a real deal to fight him in court. You're going to say, well, I got a court-appointed attorney. Forget about the court-appointed attorney. They're useless. But if that's the only way you can fight them, then I'll help you with your court-appointed attorney. I have a lot of life skills. As I said, I've been working for 61 years, and I have a lot of life skills that can help you. I, too, was a victim of CPS. And the mistake that I made, or it's not really a mistake, but if I knew what I knew now, I would never have my children stolen from me. Yeah, they were trafficked into foster care against their wills, against the parents' wills, and they were not in danger when they were taken. It's all about a rogue entity. There's 50% of the CPS entities out there that are corrupt. You just don't know. It's a 50-50 chance you're going to get your children back. It's a 50-50 chance that you'll see your children again. And it's a really rude awakening. It's an agency that scares you, and it should scare you. Fighting CPS is like battling open heart surgery. Open heart surgery is very complex and involves a precision doctor. Well, fighting CPS requires a precision lawyer who can navigate the system, who knows the system, who knows the laws, who is determined and willing to fight the CPS system, which is $1 trillion business. They have all the money in the world to hire the biggest attorneys they can, and they have big-time attorneys. I know firsthand from talking to over 2,800 people so far about the trials and tribulation of fighting CPS. I too fought them. I fought the director, the supervisor, the manager. I fought them all through no avail. All it is made myself worse. And by the time I hired Mr. Davis, he had an uphill battle to do, and it cost me a lot of money. I had to sell my forever home to get money. CPS lost my home. CPS has made me so I can't get a job. CPS is still corrupt as I speak today. Also, social service and social security are just as corrupt. I've never known three government agencies. Well, I should throw in the IRS too and the state franchise board. I mean, it is phenomenal what you have to go through. Today was one of my hellacious days. I cannot believe what I went through. I've been dealing with a social security matter for the last couple of weeks regarding my child. She was my last born. Not my last born, but my last born girl. I have three girls and three boys, ages 47, 36, 35, 25, 23, and 20. The older ones have families and children of their own. And luckily, during the investigation, they weren't caught up on it, but they were caught up in the tail end of it. And they have a whole misunderstanding of what really took place. So my family is very alienated. My wife and I, her mother and father, were so corrupt. Her father went to his grave thinking he did the right thing. He really hurt his daughter, my wife. She is a complete basket case because of what CPS does. They're mean, they're vicious. All you have to do is listen to Bartley or listen to Betty Joe or listen to Desiree Bucker. Welcome, Desiree. I know you tried to call me before my show time, and I'm sorry I'm not around, but you can call in. I need to put up how we text messages because a lot of you still haven't figured that out. If you're going to text a message to me, make it a question or comment about CPS. Please state your first name and your city or the county. That you're in. Then your state. And if you're outside the United States, put your country. I don't need the country if you're in the United States because I know all the states. But it's right there. That is my banner of how to text a message to me. Now, Desiree, I know is from Santa Ana. She's been in here before. She's family. And we have Rocky. Hi there, Rocky. And he is from New York, the state of New York. His brother's from Virginia. He's trying to help his brother. His brother had a horrible case, and he can tell you how awful CPS is in New York. This coming Monday, I've been invited to be a guest on KK Richardson, Akima Richardson's live stream in New York. She has invited me to appear on her live stream. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time or 5 o'clock Pacific time. Now I'm on every day at 10 o'clock during the weekdays and 8 o'clock on the weekends. That's 8 a.m. But today I was on at 8 a.m. because I had a commitment with social security at 10 o'clock. I had an appointment with him at 10:10. It took him to 11 o'clock to see me. That's when you make an appointment a week out. And when they saw me, they were very rude, very disruptive. They had me all figured wrong. They made false allegations, and now they're eating their own words. It's regarding my daughter, who's 23 now. They're so vindictive, CPS. They double dip. See, my daughter was 12 years old when she was involved in CPS, and the social worker got caught telling a lie in court. She committed perjury, and she retaliated against mom and dad. She coerced my daughter at 12 to get a divorce from her parents. There was no effort on the part by CPS to have me have any kind of reunification with my daughter. When my daughter was taken away from me in August of 2015 from her school, that was the last time I was allowed to see her, hold her, or talk to her. August of 2015. Now that is a shame because she's been brainwashed to think her father is an evil man, and I'm not an evil man. I'm the most loving father. I have given so much. But she had the audacity 9 years later to tell social service that the money I was getting to help me raise her, I wasn't spending on her because she didn't understand that when I lost my federal home because I had to get a quick sell to get an attorney, I had to move out. I had to have a home for her. So I went and got a 3-bedroom apartment. I got an apartment for her, and I had to pay rent for her. Also, a lot of her belongings wouldn't fit in her room. I moved her bed in there, her dresser, her clothes, all her things, but I had to put a lot of it in storage. Well, just alone, just those two ticket items were a lot more than they were giving me to take care of my daughter. So they spent on my daughter. They had the audacity to take my money, the money I worked hard in retirement, to give it to the adopted parents for her. Supposedly she needed the money. Now, why couldn't the adopted parents? She changed her name. She got a second Social Security card. She was dipping twice for my retirement, money that I had earned. Now, did you all know that the money you earn in Social Security, you never see the interest on that money? So for 61 years, they've taken millions of dollars in Social Security, hold it for me, and give it out in retirement. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of years I've worked, and I don't see any interest or anything to me. Government, what have you done with the interest of my Social Security money? Now, I know what they did. I know what they're trying to do, and maybe it's legal. But in order to run the government, they need the interest off everybody's Social Security money to run the government. That's where they get the money. They falsify it, says you also have to pay taxes because they don't have enough money to run our country. Our country runs off our Social Security money. It runs off the taxes you guys send to the government. Why they're out of money right now? It's not because they're out of money. It's not. There's a ploy right now. It's Democrats, Republicans, etc., etc. The Democrats are having a fun day at all because they're upset because they lost the election. They'd rather have Kamala Harris in office. But I'm glad she's not, because she could not do what Donald Trump has done. He stays up all the time on airfares, traveling to and from where he's going. He has an open door policy. People come and go out of his Oval Office all the day. You know every day what Donald Trump's doing. He's been so jealous by people. He's been shot at, not once, but 3 times. And he's been charged fraudulently by people that are just creeps that want nothing more in their campaign speech to do that. So anyway, us kids are all caught up. I finally figured out today why CPS is getting away with what they're doing. It finally registered in my head. All I had to do is look at the store today. Last week, ground beef was $3.99 a pound. Today, it's $6.99. Frozen plank salmon, Atlantic, not farm raised, but wild caught, was $6.99. It's up to $16.99 this week. And they have a sale price of $12.99. That's supposedly a sales price. You cannot buy fish for under $10. You cannot buy milk for under $3.25. It's ridiculous how much they're charging. Bananas, everything. And it's all because of the shutdown now. I figured it out, why they went from last week to this week. Someone is making a lot of money on this shutdown. And it certainly isn't you or I when we go to the store. Now, luckily, I live in a neighborhood, and it's the wrong neighborhood, because at one time my forever home was one of those kind of homes. I once had a $2 million home. I had a bedroom for every child, a bathroom. It was a state-of-the-art home a mile from the beach. But when I lost my job, it started a domino effect. CPS got involved. And thank you, Desiree, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Desiree is a veteran. I want to thank her for her service. Hello, Anita Carter. You're on my show this morning. I had a hellacious day. I'm surprised I'm here to do my show. I didn't think I was going to make it. My food's still out in the car. I haven't brought it in. I was so stressed out today, I locked my keys in the car and had to wait for Auto Club. Well, Auto Club, and I'm not against third world countries, but it seems like most of our companies have outsourced their services to third world countries. It's great. We're supporting the world. We have open borders. We give you guys food stamps. We give you, a job, medical, shelter. I mean, it's gotten so crazy. And then we have now a new president that's doing his campaign promises. He's closed the border. He's rounding up people that are not legal. Now, I'm sorry that good people are mixed up with bad people. It's only the nature. But he's assured them that if they go back and come back legally, they can come back into the country. Oh, you're on last night, Anita. I'm so sorry. Um, you know, I know for a fact a lot of things, and I'm probably talking about a lot of things, and maybe I shouldn't have, but I'm really concerned about our children. Our children are caught up into it. When I heard that in foster care, children's legs are being broken, kids are being abused, you know, it's sad. And this isn't just from California, this is across the country, it's across the world. Right now, I had Leica from South Africa, who's been on my show numerous times talking and everything. She has a daughter that's been molested in the care of a man as a pedophile. I've talked to Indonesia, Bangladesh, and India. I've talked to the Middle East, to Saudi Arabia, and Iraq, and Libya. And I've talked into Africa, the continent of Africa, to Liberia, to Sudan, to Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Mozambique, and to South Africa and its provinces. When I mean talk to these people, a lot of them do call, a lot of them text, and they'll have something in common, a very abusive and corrupt child protection system. Now, I use CPS to mean all the entities that protect your children from neglect and abuse and supposed to do something called family reunification. Why do they do family reunification? Because studies have shown that the best parents are the biological parents. The best parents are. A mom and dad is so important for children to raise up. We have a problem with our kids right now because they're gone wild. They run wild in the streets. I mean, it's typical you see a shooting. And I'm not picking on cities or stuff, but our cities are corrupt. I know Washington, D.C. was. I lived in Arlington, Virginia. I know about it. I'm a world. I've lived in Japan. I've been to Japan at least 25 different times. I've been to South Africa 25 different times. I've been to the Philippines. I lived on Guam in the island Pacific. I've been to Tahiti, Hawaii, the Cook Islands. I've been to Fiji, Tavarua, small little island out in the South Pacific. I've been to Canada. I've lived in Idaho. I've lived in Rhode Island. I've lived in Virginia. I've lived a lot in California, but I've been to Europe. I've been to England, Scotland, Wales 25 times. I trained in Cardiff in Wales. I've played football, American football. I've played rugby. I've played soccer, and I played baseball. And I always seem to make the team. I'm an avid surfer. I've won the U.S. Surfing Championships in the tandem division, and I'm well known in the surfing world. But I'm telling you, all these experiences I'm sharing with you at no cost. And I'd love to have you be a guest on my live stream. Please email me. There's my email. It's up on the screen. And you just pick one of my 14 shows. You just say I want Bob's evening show on Sunday, or Bob's morning show on Saturday, or Friday night, or Wednesday morning, whatever. And you'll send me the email. I'll forward it on to my show producer, Grace, who works behind the scenes. She'll send you a link and you can get on. You put it in your browser. If you get knocked off, put it again. It's still good for the show. Rules are simple. Respect one another. No profanity on the show. No smoking or eating during the show. We do not use the names of children, social workers, or judges. Main thing is to help you with your problem. It's expensive to hire an attorney. Vincent Davis, retainer for LA County, is approximately $5,000. It's $500 an hour is fees, but it can be different. It depends on how complex the job is and how long the job's been going on, how long the case has been going on. We determine his price. I've given prices to Georgia for 125, Wisconsin 125. So if you're interested, all you do is you call that number 888-888-6588, and they'll gladly tell you. Now you'll reach reception. When you reach reception, tell them that Bob Pay sent you, and they can help you there. They can help you. Now, one moment, I need to close the door. I'll be right back. I'm going to mute myself, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. And we've talked about being a guest. And now what I'm going to do is give you my phone number. And you can call me at 626-698-0990. That's live. You reach me on Vonage. And I want to thank having Anita Carter here. She's from California. I think she's from Chino, California. Chino down in San Diego, I think. That's where we are. We have Rocky from New York. And we have Desiree from Santa Ana. And let me see who else. Bartley. Hey, Bartley, I'm so glad you're here, girl. I could have used your help today. It's been a disastrous day here. Hold on a second here, gang. I got to talk to. Hello, I'm back again. And I have my beautiful wife behind me. And she has been fighting this CPS as long as I have, and it's so sad to her. Anyway, let me catch up with what people are saying. Okay, Anita Carter, I need to address all you and catch up a little bit here. Denise. Denise has called me so much numerous times. Her case is pretty bad. Bartley is too. And she knows. Good evening, Bob. I'm just listening again. I'm trying to rest. I'm mentally exhausted. I don't blame you, Bartley. What you've gone through in the last 4 days, terrible. You know, Bartley has an injury, and she went to court to get a status hearing. Instead, they turned it on to her. The biological father appeared out of nowhere that wants possession of her son now. And she has three children. She has a daughter who's going to be almost 18, another daughter in her 30s, and a son who's 5 years old. And she was raped by a man she's known. I guess he was 11, she was 12. But she has the wrong kind of guys. They've been really slobs. And they're taking advantage of her. And CPS has too. They brought the big wheels down from Alena in Montana to her small little county. And her CPS workers is no help. CPS is very corrupt. And Bartley is a friend of Betty Joe. Betty Joe is also from Montana, and her niece has been injured in custody, and she wants to get custody of her niece in Nebraska. And Desiree, she is a veteran. She served her country. Unfortunately, she has three daddies and four children, and it's a big mess. And she is a really, really big mess. There's more of us than there are of them. Why is somebody so scared that we have not learned from our history on what we can do about situations like this instead of money? Well, it seems money is really popular. As I told you earlier on my show, the food is ridiculous. I shop every week, so I know prices are. You know, my gas, the cheapest gas I can find is Holding at 409. I can't believe it still is. Most places at 419 for cash for low octane. Most places are $5 and $6. Gas did drop, but it's gone back up. And what this shutdown has done is given a green light for everybody to double their prices. The services. Today I was at Social Security, and the workers have not been paid in a week. They're working for free there. Even the security people are working for free. They're very irritable. They're upset. The place is terrible. It's inefficient. I had to fight Social Security. Why? It's money that I gave them. You know, when I started my job in the summer of 1964, I started working at a pet shop, selling pet supplies and cleaning the stock room. I did all the grungy work for $1.45 an hour in 1964. I opened my first bank account at Bank America. The branch is still there, 64. My wife was born in 64. 64 is a good year. 64 is a good year. And so, I had to wait for a long time to meet my wife. I had to wait a long time. I had to wait almost, 15, 16, 17 years to meet her. But she and I have built a family of 3 beautiful children. People would love our children. Our children are well behaved, well mannered, and we have close knit, put our family together. I had 1 child from a previous marriage. She had 3 children with me and 2 by terrible relationships. Terrible. I don't want to go into details about them. But today, our whole family's so messed up. Our oldest children don't give us a time or day. They're so convinced. And I'm so angry now because I just found out today, talking to social service, who made an alleged complaint that supposedly the $26,000 that was given to me from my retirement money, it was given to me to help take care of my family. And I had to write them a letter and have a meeting that it was over an hour waiting for an appointment meeting. And then I get done with them and I had to raise my voice and had to speak to managers and supervisors. But I left there with the understanding that they're dropping the case. That was a fraudulent case, and that your daughter's the one that brought up. And I can't believe she would do that. I haven't seen her since 2015. That's 10 years ago. She's 23 now. She was 12. When she was taking me, it was August 2015 when I took her to school. She went to a middle school. And it was so sad. My kids, my oldest son, not my oldest son, a son who's 25 now, he was in a private school. My youngest was in elementary school. All 3 children went to the same elementary school. We had a beautiful home. We had what's called a forever home. But it's been a nightmare. That home was destroyed by CPS. Very corrupt police. The local police are bad here. I cannot tell you how bad they are. In fact, it got so bad one time that I needed to get away from them. So I took my big van and drove around the block really slow. And I had the helicopters and police all following me like I was some big crook. All I wanted was to time out, to unwind. I came back later and talked to them. They did not press any criminal charges against me. But they were angry. They were so angry they pulled a gun on my wife. That's how angry the police are. My wife is lucky to be alive. She is really lucky. They pulled a gun. This is all about children. This is supposed to be about neglect and abuse. They didn't find anything. For 5 years, they came to my house. I met in the lights on their cars and showed them my house. There was nothing they could find. They only found something wrong in my house because my mom and dad were dying. My dad had died. My mom was there. I had to take all their belongings. My daughter and I went together to get all my dad's mom's belongings in a U-Haul truck. She was a little kid. She was like 11 years old. And she helped me take all my dad's belongings into the U-Haul truck. And she was very kind and courteous to me. She loved me dearly. It's so sad that people have turned it upside down. People like the CASA do not trust the CASA worker. The CASA is evil. The court-appointed service advisor is very bad. They give to parents and children, supposed to help them. All their big ears, which you tell the CASA does. Same thing with your court-appointed attorneys. They're not trained in juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. They're only trained in criminal law. And they're lazy. They don't get paid. Their caseload is 30 to 100 clients, 30 to 100 people. They don't have time to meet with you outside of court. They meet you in the hallways. I was not allowed. My wife were not allowed to be in the courtroom when they talked about her case. It was terrible. The only time they allow us in is when they said, okay, Mr. and Miss Pace, you understand this, blah, blah, blah. We had no we were never able to testify. We were never able to defend ourselves until we got an attorney. And then we went ahead, and one of the order of business at the time was that my wife's sister wanted to adopt our kids. She wanted no children, but she wanted our daughter. And so my attorney, who the same attorney you guys can have, Vincent Davis, put the social worker on the spot because we're determined to see if the social worker was telling the truth or not, and whether this is a good fit for my daughter. My wife did not want her with her sister. She's bad news. Her sister clawed her face growing up. Her sister pitches so bad that my son still hurts from it. Her sister has lost several boyfriends, abused boyfriends. Well, what happened is that she had domestic violence, but not the arguing, yelling kind. She had the hitting kind, where you hurt each other. And there's records, and those records were brought into court. And the social worker was asked before all this came, what kind of parents are they? Are they good parents? Has there ever been domestic violence? Oh, the social worker said no. The social worker was a young 22-year-old kid who never completed high school, that got a job working for social service, that knew nothing about child protection services, that did not know about family reunification or team meetings or what parents are going through or reunification. Now, I've got to start listening to what you guys are saying because I've run a kind of a tangent here, and I'm so sorry about that. And again, I thank you, Desiree, for the super sticker. Desiree says her money is the veteran disability, and honestly, I wish I could. I would totally risk one chance to pay for justice, but I feel that that's not going to be enough. So I called disability. Anyway, I'm sorry. My beautiful wife is still here. Anyway, Rocky, I was on last night. I know that. And I know I'm not lying. Everything I've said is the truth. Everyone in this room will back it up. I'm sorry. My wife could have asked. I could have stopped it. But anyway, she, it's terrible. It's terrible. Yes, I have a lot of stuff going on. I have a lot of battles on the front. And I know you're nervous, and I'm not trying to make you nervous because the foster home, when my niece is in the foster home, mother's 12-year-old just had a baby. She was 12 years old and had a baby. Wow, how'd she get pregnant? She got pregnant in foster care. She won't watch your niece. Well, so far, I'm just seem to be ramping on. You can't see the number to call in? It's right there on the screen in black and white. It says, please call Bob Pace at 626-698-0990. It's usually in blue, but I have no idea. The background of my room is changing. And I do want to thank the emojis. That's great. Alma Amini. I don't know where you're from, but you may be from one of my countries. And by the way, I never got to finish. I talked about Africa, but I never got to Europe. We have England, Scotland, Wales, United Kingdom. We have Denmark and Sweden. Then over to North America, we have Canada and its provinces. We have the United States, and all 50 states have called in. Then we have south the border. Oh, by the way, we even have Washington, D.C. call in. And so, I have over 2,800 people that have called in or text in to my live stream. So I have a lot of information to share with you guys. I have a lot of stories I can tell you. And people have called me and have gotten their kids back. They've come back to tell me that what I do tell does work, does help. I know it's for education purposes, but I'm also talking from the trenches. I've been in those trenches. It is hard. It's hard. I know what you guys are going through. I know what you guys are going through, but I can help you. I'm on twice a day, so you never have to fret. If you don't get a chance to talk today, you can talk to me tomorrow or the next day, either morning or night. Oh, brother. Um, can you see the number now? I know you're in Chino, California. You've told me that. And so I know that for a fact. There we go. Okay. This is Bob Pace. You reached the live stream. How can I help you?
Hey, Bob, how you doing today? This is Anita again.
Oh, hi, Anita. Yeah, Anita, can you maybe turn my background off so it's not ringing? I can still hear. I guess you turned it down now. Okay. And also, can you put me on your speakerphone so I can hear you?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I was saying that, I grew up in the foster care system myself. And so, trust me, I know how hard it is in the foster care system. I fought for a long time, up until I was 12 years old, every day for my panties. And I was against men who were supposed to be my fathers. You know what I'm saying? Or my father examples. And trust me, I have so much I can tell you about the CPS system. It's ridiculous. But they give these kids back to the parents, or they remove the kids and rush them back to the parents who are actually abusing them. But the ones who aren't abusing them, and the ones who truly just genuinely love their kids, and maybe it was a bad decision on the boyfriend or whoever it was, but they weren't abusing their kids, and they would have been a whole lot safer at home with their parents. They take those kids away. They never give them back. So I still can't understand it to this day.
Well, I hate to say it, there are missing children all the time. Trafficking, they talk about trafficking. You know who does legal trafficking? The child protection system does. They get away with it.
Yeah.
They legally traffic children into foster care. They knock on the door, they barge in, and they take your child. They take your child.
Yeah, but see, they take, but the ones that they give back, are the ones that are killing their kids and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. They just, I don't know what's wrong with the system. It just needs to be rewrote. I mean, it's a good system. I mean, the idea is good, but they just have to put a better system in place because it is so corrupt.
Well, Bartley, who's in her 40s, has a young son of 5 and 2 daughters. I think one of them is 30 and one is almost 18. When the police came to her, they put 2 AR-15s in her face. She has footage from the police cam. Why does the police have to threaten a 4-year-old mom who's trying to take care of her son? Too many people have been shot and killed. The police, we need them. CPS, we need them.
And then,
you're cutting out, Anita.
I said, you're right. We need the police. We do need the CPS. But sometimes their tactics are just a little bit overboard.
Well, you're being nice to them. Let me tell you about tactics. I was in social service the other day trying to get my card that was screwed up through no fault of my own. And I was speaking my mind like I speak now. And 2 armed, they look like ICE agents, come over to see me. They're hanging out at social service to catch all the illegal aliens, I guess. Said, what's going on here? I said, I was told to see so and so as such and such a window. I'm exercising my rights to do so. And I was bigger than they are. I'm a big man. I played football and rugby, and I'm tall, but I'm also very firm in my voice. And I know the laws. I know the laws. I'm not somebody you can push around or buffalo me. You may buffalo me once, but you never buffalo me again. Anyway, they are bad. I can see where the problem is, where a lot of things are. We need the people. We need to have this country. It used to be a law that you could not enter the country except at Ellis Island. Did everybody know that? When you became a citizen of the United States, your first step on U.S. soil was Ellis Island in New York. You couldn't get across the border from Mexico. You couldn't get across the border from Canada. You had to come in through Ellis Island. So if you're a Canadian that wanted to immigrate to the United States, you had to take a boat to New York. Same thing with Mexico. It wasn't until we had suddenly have open borders, and I don't know who started the open borders first. Was it Barack Obama? Was it Bill Clinton? Who opened the borders where we have millions? And what's happened now is that we've had millions of people, or not millions, but thousands of people killed unnecessary because in with the open borders comes the cartel, comes the crooks of the world, the prisons of the world. And it's so full of these people in here that have heard that the United States will give you food stamps, will give you a shelter, will give you a job, will give you clothing, will give you education, will give you transportation. I mean, well, yeah, that goes on and on and on. But it's sad. It really is sad. So we have administration now. We have a president that had a campaign. I will close your borders. I will stop and get all illegal aliens out of our country. Well, the problem being there's a lot of good people with those illegal aliens that didn't know better, that maybe would be really good. The problem is they're going to be caught up in the mess, but they're guaranteed a chance to come back later when they go through proper channels. If you want to come to the United States, you have to do what's called an immigration process. You fill out an application in your home country, you get accepted to the US, you come in through the US that way. Now, I don't think it's necessary for them to go in to Ellis Island and sit on Ellis Island for a month to learn English and to learn government and to learn history about the US, because that's what's necessary to become a citizen. You have to learn government and history, and you have to be able to speak English, a common language. Those, and take a pledge that you'll defend the United States, that the United States will become your home. So, but they don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore. The clientele, the cartel brings a horde of 50 children with them to pass out free drugs to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And then they get upset because all these children are hit in crowded places and stuff. It is bad. So anyway, going back to CPS, CPS workers are not getting paid, and so they're really getting bad this week. I think what's happened is that not only is the government shut down, it's shutting down social services, it's shutting down Social Security, it's shutting down our military. We have the finest military armed forces. I'd rather serve in the United States Army than any other. I'd rather not serve Russia. You look at Russian, that is terrible army to be in there. Terrible, so bad that millions of young men are leaving Russia because they know how horrible it is. Russia's so bad off, it can't get its own troops. It has to get Korea, North Korea. And North Korea dictator can care less about people. It's sad that we have entities out there that don't care about their people. Their people will die for them with promises of whatever promises that they make up.
It's sad. It's just so sad.
Anyway,
But you know what?
go ahead.
The Lord is coming soon. The Lord is coming soon. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Cindy. I saw that where she put it in the text for you that she's about to get into her place, so she can get her kids back. I'll be praying for you, Cindy, and I wish you the best, Cindy.
Okay. We have a new person. All right. Bye bye, Anita. God bless you. We have a new person called Creepy Dom. I grew up with kids that their parents got them on drugs. Should they not be removed from their parents? I agree. if a parents are giving children drugs, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the parents that are good parents because they're low income. They can't afford the necessities of things. I'm not against parents being taken from kids that parents are feeding their kids drugs. You know, you got it all confused. Also, where are you from, Dom? That name, you know, I, I I want a regular name there. Okay, I want you to follow my rules of the room. Hello, Aaron. I know it's early. I'm sorry, Aaron, but I have a family commitment. And so I'm on early. Erin is from Tennessee. She's a wonderful mother. She has the name of my firstborn. My firstborn is named Erin. And Erin, I'm glad to see you. She's from Tennessee. She's a wonderful mom, but has a bad case in there. Hello, Cindy Urea. I know you're from New York. It's so good to talk to you. We have Rocky from New York in here. We have lots of people. We have KK Richardson from New York. We have um, Tony the Tiger, Cassandra from New York with her 14-year-old child. So New York has a lot of people coming in there. She says, good news. My housing specialist has set me up with an apartment viewing, and there's a chance I may get it. I'm trying to get my kids back as soon as possible. I'm so happy to hear that, Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. You've been on before. And that was nice of you, Anita. Anita was just on my phone talking. She signed off. Anita's from Santa Ana, California. God does help people. And Rocky, yeah, and funds for North Korea. You're right, Rocky. You're right. Not only do they give human slaughter to the Russians to throw out there, they get all their weapons, their drones. They're drones. But I got news for you. The Gaza war is being wrapped up. And the people that were hostage are going to go back. You wait and see. Ukraine's next. We're going to get to Ukraine over right now. Right now, I'm trying to find out. There was some talk about Russia shooting down a passenger jet, another passenger jet. And supposedly Putin's going to take responsibility for it. I don't know all the details. I just heard about it. Yeah, I know you're from Chino, California, Anita. I know you are. You can call me Uncle Bob if you like. Everybody else does. Well, right now it's almost 5 o'clock. I do have a family commitment to go to. I got to wrap up this show. And I'm going to take my number down and put up Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. That's where you need to take your complaint to the federal government. You want to help, you go there. DOGE stands for the Department of Government Efficiency. They have a website. They'll tell you all what they do. Donald Trump created this in January. It's one of his campaign promises that he'll investigate all the corrupt government, all the wasted spending. Right now, I wish they would investigate Social Security. Where's the interest on my Social Security that's been kept by the government for 61 years? Where's that interest go? Has anyone ever thought about that? Has anybody thought about every time out of your paycheck, they take taxes first for federal? Federal gets the first bit of taxes, then the state, then the county, the city, they get their taxes. STI, state disability insurance in California gets it. And then the federal and the Social Security gives it because they can't trust you to manage your money. But do they care about your interests? I really would like an answer about that. And we have somebody from Minnesota. Who's that? Okay. Someone comes the last minute there. Rebecca, welcome from Minnesota. I'm so glad that you've joined me. I hope you'll come to my show tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I'll be on again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And Rocky again says he's from Westchester County, New York. Is that near Brooklyn, New York? Rocky, I'm going to be on a show in New York on Monday. I'll be in New York on Monday. On at the Federal Reserve. Yeah, well, they are. They're going to get the Federal Reserve. They're going to find out where money goes. Right now, in Richmond, Kentucky, there's $1 million gone unaccounted for in CPS. You know where they found 400,000? They found it. They found it in a social worker's hands. He took the money. He's took $400,000 of $1 million. A social worker. It is so corrupt. It is so corrupt. It is so corrupt. You're near the Bronx. Okay. All right, Rocky. That's great. Anita, I'll see you next time. All right, I'll see you next time. But I'm going to end up with this thought. Never give up. I don't care how bad it is. Never give up. I'm here for you twice a day. I will take time to talk about your case and help you. I'll walk you through it. I've done this with so many people. So thank you, Rocky from New York. Thank you, Anita from Santa Ana, California. And Bronx, New York there, Rocky too. Rebecca, new, welcome. I hope you come back. I'd like to help you. She's from Minnesota. And, slowly my number is growing from 2,800. It's growing bigger now. It's going bigger now. And Cindy, I'm glad to hear about your new apartment in New York. I'm glad to hear about it. And Aaron, I know it's early, but come back tomorrow morning. She's from Tennessee. It's so good. And Bartley, get some rest. Don't panic. We got plenty of time to November 4th, which is your next time for your case. We'll work on it. We'll get you through it, Barkley. Do not give up. Barkley is from Montana. Betty Jo is a friend of hers. She's from Montana. And let me see who else do I have in the room here. We can't forget Desiree from Santa Ana, California. There she is, Desiree Buckner. And thank you for the super sticker, Desiree. Thank you for that. I don't know what that is, but thank you. It's probably going to be rich. I'm going to get 99 cents. Let me see. We have Desiree, a veteran. And thank you for your service, Desiree. And all the other guys have served out there and girls. We have Bartley there. All right, I think I've pretty much touched everybody. Aaron, I will have a good night. Thank you. God bless you, Aaron. Now, the emojis, we had two of them from Ayan Meni. I think you may be from another country. That's great. Maybe someday you'll text in. And we have Justin Macy. I don't know what language that is, but I'm trying to understand it. But thank you for the emojis. Thank you all. There'll be a brief video that will follow the end of my live stream. All right? Please watch it. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last ones left. Put your faith